Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you love heritage breeds and care about preserving rare livestock, today's video is one you really don't want to miss. We're taking a deep dive into one of the most unusual and endangered chickens in the US, the Araucana. And yes, this breed has just been added to the critical category in 2025. Now, if you saw my last video, I talked about several rare American heritage breeds, including the Java, one of America's oldest and hardest working chickens, the Buckeye, a tough, cold-hardy bird from Ohio. Also the Delaware, once a commercial favorite, is also now rare, along with the old-fashioned, classic Rhode Island Red, which is unlike the modern smaller and lighter-colored Rhode Island Red. I also talked about the Dominique, America's oldest recorded breed. I'll drop the link to that video at the end of this one, but also keep an eye out for an update on the status of these breeds. I'll be sharing some exciting, and not so exciting, news about the updated statuses of some of these heritage breeds that have been on the endangered list. But today, the spotlight is fully on the Araucana and why it's on the brink of disappearing in the United States. Now, before we dive deeper, let me clarify something important. The Araucana we're talking about here is the US version, the one recognized by the American Poultry Association, or APA. This breed originates from Chile, but the US standard requires that the chicken be rumpless and have ear tufts, unique traits not found in all blue egg layers. There are related breeds in the US, like the Araucana and the Easter egger, which also lay blue or green eggs but differ not only in appearance but more importantly in genetics. The important part? The APA-type Araucana is the breed currently listed as critically endangered. Araucanas and Easter eggers are much more common and are not at risk. So when you hear Araucana endangered, it's this specific American standard type with the ear tufts and rumpless body that we need to focus on saving. The Araucana is not your average chicken. It's known for three things: bright blue eggs, a rumpless body, and striking ear tufts. It's a bird that looks like it stepped right out of a storybook. The breed originated in Chile but has been in the US for decades and is distinct from similar breeds like the Araucana or Easter egger. True Araucanas are hard to find and even harder to breed. Here in 2025, the Araucana has been designated as critical. That means there are fewer than 500 breeding birds in the entire United States. Right now, only around 400 Araucanas exist in US flocks, and only 4 breeding flocks have 50 or more birds. That's not just rare. It's dangerously close to extinction. One big challenge is the gene that causes those iconic ear tufts. This gene is lethal when inherited from both parents. If you breed 2 tufted Araucanas together, about a quarter of the chicks will die in the shell. That genetic lethality makes breeding true Araucanas both complex and heartbreaking at times. Breeders have to balance appearance, genetic health, and viability, all while working with a tiny gene pool. And unlike modern hybrid layers or meat breeds, the Araucana isn't a high-production chicken. That makes it less practical for people who only keep chickens for eggs or meat. To make matters worse, many people confuse Araucanas with more common lookalikes, which takes attention away from the real breed that needs help. So, is there a chance to save this bird? Absolutely. But it's going to take effort from breeders, homesteaders, and educated chicken keepers who care about biodiversity. If you're thinking about raising heritage breeds, the Araucana is a rewarding challenge. And if breeding isn't for you, you can still help. You can support reputable breeders by hatching eggs, talk about this breed to others, and share this video so that more people can learn about this unfortunate heritage breed. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much for watching and for caring about rare breeds like the Araucana. If you haven't seen my other video on endangered American heritage breeds, like the Java, the Rhode Island Red, the Buckeye, the Delaware, and the Dominique, go check that out next. It's linked right here on screen and in the description below. If you've ever raised Araucanas or you're thinking about starting a conservation flock, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to like and share this video. You might just inspire someone to join this effort. Also, I just reached the first milestone here on YouTube with 500 subscribers. So if you found my content helpful, interesting, or inspiring, please consider subscribing to help me reach my next milestone of 1,000 subscribers, which will make me a full-fledged YouTube partner. And that means that my videos, which are primarily educational, will begin to reach a wider audience. I would be very grateful. Until next time, take care. And let's help to keep these amazing chickens alive for future generations.